Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and descendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Saggy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, you have the Fool card. New things, places, people and energy. Remember, this is always a reset button. It's kind of like, if you consider the Tower as a two-sided coin, right? One side is the tails and the other side is the heads. The Fool card for me is like the head side, right? It tends to be where things are a little bit lighter, a little bit easier, still a bit surprising, but you know, it tends to be kind of like, oh, okay, this has shown up. What are we going to do with it? Whereas the Tower's kind of like, this is here! You're kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, I got to deal with that now. So just consider that this week in some way, shape or form, new things, possibly new people and even new connections could be arising for you. For your actions and options this week, you have the Four of Cups. So there are definite surprises on their way in, right? There are definite, and actually, even though it's the Four of Cups, and sometimes it can be like you're in a bit of a funk, I actually feel like this is a really good surprise that you've been sitting on, maybe to surprise a loved one, maybe a family member this week is going to surprise you with something that you maybe hadn't anticipated or hadn't been aware of. I actually really like this combination of energies because it suggests that there is some good news or a good offer or opportunity on its way in, or some kind of support that you hadn't necessarily counted on, right? So it's kind of something shows up for you this week that is supportive, that is beneficial, and because it comes through the guise of the Fool card, it is something completely new, something that you're not aware of as yet. For your communications and conversations, you have the you have the Emperor. What I was thinking here is, so the Emperor is number 4. The Four of Cups is also a 4. 2 4s can represent insomnia. You might be so full of energy and full of beans and excitement and enthusiasm this week that you kind of, maybe it translates into having trouble sleeping. You might find that this week you find it really hard to switch off because you're so engrossed or so involved in something that you just kind of get that little bit of a, you know, streamlined focus, which is never a bad thing. You know, sometimes in order for something to be successful, a lot of you know, the coaches and gurus say you have to be obsessed with it, and I kind of believe that up to a certain point. It's like when you start learning a new discipline, right? Until you really get the bug for it, that's when you start to excel. And this week it does feel like something is opening up for you because of that. It just does look like you will have maybe a restless energy, or you'll find it hard to switch off or to get sleep. Now, when it comes to your communications, the Emperor is great because you are commanding respect in some way, shape or form. This is you saying, no, this is the direction I'm going. This is the energy that I want to create in my life. You're taking command of the situation. Now, for those of you that work for somebody else, and this might be in communications as well, like you might find that you're having to assert yourself more in conversations this week. You might find that you're naturally doing that anyway. You know, it also, because it is the Emperor, you might have to set the record straight, or you may have to re-educate somebody on why they're wrong in a certain area of life. For those of you that work for somebody else, this suggests that this week there will be interaction with the boss. There is going to be some sort of interaction with a higher up or an authority. It also suggests that more authority or more responsibility is going to be put in your lap this week. It's nothing that you can't handle. Just make sure that you're compensated fairly for it. When it comes to those of you, I mean, you know, this could be the boss is going on holiday and they say, right, I'm leaving you in charge because I know you can do this. For those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, it's the Emperor, right? Coupled with the Fool card. This is a new person that is coming into your work sphere, a new person that's coming into your professional life. This could be somebody that is very knowledgeable, very educated, somebody that's very good at what they do. This could be you forming a collaborative effort with this person. I have to be honest, because you both come up as the Emperor in this sphere, and there's a part of me that wonders if maybe you have wildly different approaches to the same thing, but you're both good at what you do. And so there could be this sort of really powerful dynamic tension that forces you both to level up in some way. I find that very exciting, actually, but then, you know, I'm a bit of an oddball. So for those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this week, fathers, parental figures, personages of that kind of energy in your life may demand more time from you, may need more assistance from you. You might find that you're called upon by somebody who tends to be like, I don't need anything or anyone for anything or any, you know, any reason. You might be really surprised this week that somebody who doesn't lean on anybody actually reaches out to you to say, look, you know what, I'm struggling with this and I really need your help. Not to tell anybody how to live their lives, but this is that one time that ignoring somebody's plea for help could be disastrous for them. And it's that one, it looks like the sort of person, like that one time that they actually ask for help and feel really sort of like, ugh, I don't really want to do this, but I have to. This could be that one time, so just be aware. For your money and materials, you've got the Five of Pentacles. All right, so there are some challenges with money here. And again, because you've got this Five of Cups above, this could be an offer of support on a financial level. And maybe that's what the surprise or the gift is that comes in for you. It's right opposite the Emperor. If you are planning to apply for finance, and this is really weird because this is the message that's coming through. If you're planning to apply for finance, if you apply this week, the answer will be no. If you wait a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, the answer will be yes. So if you're asking for it now, the answer is going to be no. It's not the right time, all right? But there is support in that financial sector that you need that you might not be aware of. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your throat, your neck, and the lower part of your jaw, this whole sort of general area. You've got the Emperor card here as well. And I touch wood that I'm wrong, but some of you may be coming up for surgery or of some sort in that area. For some of you, it looks like there may even be thyroid problems, challenges or issues, and maybe you're being referred this week in order to have your thyroid checked. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, I can't give you that kind of advice, but what I see in the cards, I can tell you. When it comes to your physical, no, we've done that. When it comes to your home and environment, Five of Pentacles, the home is depleting your cash in some way, shape or form, but it will bounce back. All right. And not only that, you've got support here. I really like the surrounding cards. For your love and relations, you have your own card, the Temperance card. Be myself and that. Right, there's a sense here. So if you are single this week, you could definitely be meeting someone, but your independence comes across as a little bit like, ooh, okay, so you don't even need me around. What's the point? Like, and this is the thing. I always try to say this to people. Being needed is one thing. Being wanted is another. All right. And so this week, be open to the fact that somebody might want to be around you, spend time with you. It does look like this person's possibly very traditional, maybe not like in the stuffy sort of way, but you know, they bring you flowers, they want to take you out on a date, like all of that sort of stuff. Be open to it. There's fun to be had here. Which I really like. For those of you that are partnered, relationships, long-term marriages, this is beautiful. I will say this is a very, I want to say it's a very fertile energy, and there's something about it that kind of is, but there is advancement when it comes to the relationship. There is a new sense of connection here, and it also feels like a lot of you are doing some really deep healing around emotions when it comes to relationships, when it comes to connections, asking yourself some bigger questions, you know. And I think that's a good thing. You know, even if you're happy in your relationship, asking yourself how and why you ended up with this person and what attracted you to them is always a good thing, because it reminds you of what amazing things had to align in order for you guys to come together. I don't know, there's just a sense of the relationship deepening somehow this week, and it takes on a profound sense of, yeah, it's right, you know, but why is it right? Why does it look right? Why does it feel right to me? Sometimes that makes you appreciate the person that you're with more, you know. That's the only way that I can see it. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.